By now, you know that sound. It's the sound of the Home Depot. But what about those sounds? Those are the sounds of an LG wash tower with ultra-large capacity, serving up a powerful yet gentle clean in just 29 minutes. Making this the sound of savings on the best appliance brands. The Home Depot. How doers get more done. Get up to 25% off the LG wash tower with ultra-large capacity and reduced wash time. Pricing valid January 5th through January 25th, 2023. Gas dryer extra. U.S. only. See store or online for details.
Yeah, obvious, we got a problem here. And it's more than just Alvin streaming Punisher. When life begins to suck, who's reporting it? Luckily, you got your friends who you won't forget. Coming live, Alvin and friend on survival. Laughing non-stop, case drops on a cycle. Louder than intrusive thoughts off an iPhone. How they make the world seem bright with the lights off? AFs, it might as well stay up. Lies being told like that dinosaur BS. Magnifying glass to the ground if they don't see us. Having the time, roasting your favorite pizza. Bougie ain't an option, it's the wage. Take you to the grave, have moving to the place. You already know when they take the case. Laugh the pain away, it's affirmative.
Mini-sodes. I think I'm gonna add that in there, friend, at the end, just to every time. Yeah, to differentiate when we're doing Tales from the Hood.
You would definitely forget.
Let's go. You know, it's gonna be probably like one out of 7 times, but it'll be there sometimes. Yeah. Anyway, folks, welcome to another Tales from the Hood mini-sode. You know what we do here. We open up our platform to our listeners to go, hey, man, what kind of fucked up shit happened to you lately? Or in life ever? Or interesting. It doesn't have to just be traumatic fucked up shit, but those do tend to be pretty interesting stories. The new year is off to a great start. You know, at least I think so. We're both alive. Yeah, I think every day you wake up is a great start to the year, you know? So, you know, I can't be mad about anything. Friend, we're going to jump into the Tales from the Hood because we have something different to kick things off this week, which I don't mind. This is from our listener named Jade, and she sent an email saying, not a story, but a question.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Jade asked, you're 10 years old again. You wake up on a Saturday morning. You have your choice of any cereal. What cereal are you eating? Are you playing video games or watching TV? What are you playing or watching? Set the scene, LOL. Love you guys. My favorite podcast of 2022, which means you beat out Wine and Crime. They're great, so no shade to them. Those are the homies. So we beat out them that year. Love the gals, but you guys really brought it this past year. Damn, it's like we stepped up in the conference or something like that.
Them out? What happened?
Just for her, we were her favorite more than Wine and Crime.
Oh, dope.
Yeah, shout out to Amanda, shout out to Lucy, shout out to Kenyon. They're awesome as well.
That's what we do.
You know, hey man, you know, I think we really brought it in 2022 apparently.
I think so.
But anyway, friend, the question is,
yes.
You're 10 years old again, Saturday morning. You know, you wake up to get that snack before you either play games or watch TV. First of all, what is that snack? But we'll say cereal. What is that cereal? And are you playing games or watching TV? And if it's TV or game, what TV?
Ooh, okay. So I'm waking up.
Mm-hmm. Set the scene, really.
Okay, waking up Saturday, 10 years old.
Had a 10 years old. Had a rough day Friday. Math test, probably multiplication test on Friday.
Probably spelling.
Yeah. Maybe you got like a 7 out of 10.
Oh, no, I 10 out of 10 easy.
Oh, okay. No, so you're feeling good.
My dad used to make me study for those.
Okay, so you're riding high.
Yeah.
Okay, go.
Yeah. Waking up. This is Saturday, so my dad went to work.
So you got the house to yourself.
Home by myself. I wake up, eat a nice little bowl of cereal. I think back then I was eating Frosted Flakes with bananas.
Oh, adult.
Yeah, my dad used to eat it.
Got it.
I was like,
monkey see, monkey do.
Yeah, so I was like,
got it.
That looks delicious. Do it. Delicious.
It is.
So what I used to do was we had this old TV in the living room, which we still have.
Sure.
I used to bring my PlayStation from in my room
down to the living room.
I'm by myself.
It wasn't allowed down there normally, right?
No, and I'm by myself.
Got it.
If I'm by myself, I'm usually on the main floor because that's just how
get this like stretch out. You stretch out.
Not even that. I was just like being. I was 10 years old by myself. I was still scared.
Confined upstairs by yourself. I want to see who's coming in the front door.
Right, it's a whole 2 levels under me from upstairs. So I'm in the living room. Grab my blanket. I'm sitting on the edge. Oh man. So I pop on
the edge of what?
The couch.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I'm pop on Def Jam Vendetta.
Oh
my goodness, man. I'm playing that all day until I beat the game.
Yeah, it was hard.
All day.
What was final boss? Who was the final boss? Exhibit or Fat Joe? Somebody.
It was somebody. I can't remember.
Yeah.
But I play that game all day. If I'm outside, I'm out front. Maybe play a little bit of football during the day. But
something like.
Really, I'm just playing the game all day. Def Jam Vendetta is the game on my PlayStation 2.
Yes.
I think around that time. And that's it. Until my pop's home, and then I'll go outside after that.
Yes.
It'll make me go outside.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
For me, Saturday, let me paint the scene. So Saturday, I'm in the 5th grade, 10 years old. I'm in the 5th grade. Wake up on Saturday. It's WB Kids.
Okay.
So I was more of a wake up, watch cartoons
No, not me.
Saturday. Yeah, you get right to it.
I think that's why you're such a TV guy and I'm not.
Yeah, you were locked in your own world.
I play video games.
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
I didn't
I'm trying to get the references. I gotta have these jokes because I don't have the Nietzsche shirt. I don't have the jersey that doesn't have the hole in the back. I don't have the fresh throwback jerseys on. So I got to be able to come with these smackety schmackities.
Yeah, I get that.
Hey, did you guys see Shaolin Monk? Shaolin Temple show. How about that stuff? You guys see Jackie Chan Adventures?
Yeah.
That was crazy.
That's classic.
Well, that's what I'm about to get to, right? So 5th grade, let me see. We got some Yu-Gi-Oh in the mix.
Okay.
We got some, that's 2002. We definitely got, I'm pretty sure, X-Men when they were in high school. I think that was still on television, where they had a black cartoon character, very rare, Spike. He was a black kid who like wooden spikes came out of himself. And then probably something funny was probably thrown in the mix there because those are two like serious ones. So maybe
Yu-Gi-Oh. I wasn't into Yu-Gi-Oh.
I was very into Yu-Gi-Oh.
It just wasn't. Nothing was exciting about Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah, it was a card game.
The cards were fun.
Yeah.
I had the cards, but the show I wasn't.
Didn't grab you.
Nah.
Yu-Gi-Oh grabbed me for a bit. I had a Yu-Gi-Oh phase. The cereal. So anyway, the point is WB Kids. Take from it what you will. Teen Titans was probably on, I believe.
Yeah.
Take from it what you will from that era. 2002, I was 10. So whatever WB Kids show was on then, I was watching that. I'm pretty sure Jackie Chan Adventures was still on.
I think so.
So that was definitely in the mix. Oh man, I used to pretend I had the talismans. I could run fast. Now I finished watching the shows. Now I'm doing the stuff. I'm just picking up my mom's like jade eggs or whatever thing she had around the house and being like, I can jump high.
Yeah,
just jump down all the steps. Take the vacuum cleaner attachments, make a long pole stick. I'm twirling around, jumping on the couch because my mom also wasn't home on Saturdays. Yeah. Anyway, the cereal, Honey Smacks. If the Honey Smacks are out, it's Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Underrated, I think.
Very underrated.
Underrated.
Now I did there sometimes when I was a kid I would get a thing because it looks like a bowl of maggots, but they taste fantastic. But it does look like a bowl of candied maggots.
Like a bowl of pecans to me.
And you hate pecans.
And I hate pecans.
But they don't taste like pecans.
But they
though.
don't.
No. Oh yeah.
And then, can I tell you a quick story about
Please.
Honey Smacks?
Please.
I had my dad bought a box. I said, "What the hell?" Little frog on it.
Dig 'em.
What the hell is this? Right. So the first time I had it, I hated them.
Sure.
They just sat in my house. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna give it another go. Try them again.
Loved it.
For some reason, they were smacking.
Must just in a bad day.
Oh, I don't know what. And ever since then, I loved the Honey Smacks. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. They smack.
They do smack.
They honey smack. It's in the name. They were ahead of their time. They knew what they were before we knew what they were.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, it's a Honey Smack. If I'm out of Honey Smack, CT Crunch is coming up behind that. But if we're just rattling off though, don't get it twisted. Apple Jacks was in the mix.
Absolutely.
Reese's Puffs when they hit the scene. Reese's Puff hit the scene hard.
Yeah.
Frosted Flakes for sure. My mom, because my mom was like in her early 30s, and that was like her. I'm an adult, but still fun.
Yeah.
And I would. First of all, let me. Man,
Did you have any?
Jade, I didn't
Moms,
expect you to do
anybody
this.
any generic?
Oh, like the knockoff version?
Yeah.
She would buy shredded wheat, but that's not knockoff. That's just boring.
No.
That was like the cut corn. I could tell like, oh, it's a tough month this month.
Yeah.
When she's like, go ahead and break up some of those wheats and put some sugar out of the bowl
That's
into.
crazy. That's crazy.
I had to make my own cereal.
Shout out to my boy Nick. His mom used to get off the generic.
Like Fruity Rings, Fruity Loops,
Apple Dapples.
Apple. Yeah, no, or the Frosted Flakes, but it's like a polar bear on the bag. Yeah, no, we.
Get that. We got Apple Dapples.
Yeah,
I
Apple
don't know.
It tastes the same. He got the principles from his mom already. He's only like 11 years old. Like it tastes the same thing. Why would I pay more money for the same? It's like, man, you are a child. Why you got these kind of cut corner philosophies in you? Why would I pay more? You didn't pay. You're a child. Right. But I'm saying, why would we as a household pay more and it tastes the same? We gonna pay for the box? Like, all right, Nick, okay, whatever you say, man. Got you, okay. He's like that today, though. I'm sure. He's like, man, I'm not paying.
Yes,
this is the. I bring the. Why would I buy honey from the store when McDonald's sells?
He's very thrifty.
When the honey packs are free, I just get 80 honey packs, and that's a bottle of honey.
Yeah, man.
Like the dad from Everybody Hates Chris. You can't tell time when you sleep. Unplug these alarm clocks.
Yeah, cut it off.
Damn, Jade, I didn't expect you to take us down this road like this. But to answer your questions, Fran was a video game player in his mornings as a 10-year-old. Me, I was a cartoon watcher. It was definitely WB Kids. And sometimes I would even jump over to PBS for old time's sakes, maybe catch an Arthur or something like that. But my Saturday mornings were filled with cartoons, so I could catch up on these pop culture references. And then Honey Smacks at the top of the list. Fran, you said Frosted Flakes Banana.
Yes.
Def Jam Vendetta was a big one for you when you were 10 on the PS2.
Yep.
Classic time. So, Jade, I hope that answers your question. Anybody else out there? We'd love to hear your cereal stuff. What kind of cereals were you indulging in when you were a kid? And that's generational because maybe, ages are different. When you were a kid, who reigned supreme? Who was the king? Who was the queen of cereals at your age? I'd love to know that. But we're going to move on to, we have actually a follow-up email from a past story. And this is from a listener named Amber. So she says, hello, it's Amber again. I just wanted to reach out and share my experience and give a little update. I mentioned in my crazy story about my mom passing away, and as a woman, I wanted to commiserate with Fran about what he went through with his mom. It was cathartic to hear your experience in a recent Tales from the Hood episode about Twitch. Well, this was the last episode we did before the end of the year. That was a regular episode, but still, I get what you're talking about Twitch, and I want to thank you for sharing it. I also feel uncomfortable with people feeling bad for me or looking at me a different way, and I don't think that it's really something unique to anyone or any gender identity. I was a goofy and weird kid, and having a terminally ill parent was something I avoided letting people know because it would just be another reason I was different from other kids. When she first passed, I'd actually requested from my school's staff to not tell any of my classmates. I didn't want the attention, and I just wanted one thing in my life to feel normal. Unfortunately, one of my teachers didn't listen and told my classmates to be nice to me because my mom died. And once the cat was out of the bag, I started skipping school because it was now a detail of my life 24/7. It has been hard to navigate life as someone who had a parent die during childhood. You might have noticed when telling my story, I tried to minimize how sad her passing was by saying stuff like, oh, she was on painkillers, or she wasn't alone, or even I had been in counseling and was being prepared for this my whole childhood. So I was mentally prepared for this, and it was sad, but had I not had those resources, it would have been more difficult. I don't think it's because I really don't want people to feel bad for me, but those additional details tend to make it worse. So it's hard to talk about when it comes up. So I just avoid it altogether. Despite this, I really appreciate y'all making it a point to try and normalize talking about hard things like this, because for those of us who have been impacted by these situations, it's hard feeling like we need to be alone with our experiences for fear of whatever reactions we might get from sharing our lives with other people. As for my story update, the mom I was babysitting for was talking to herself pretty loud, and she got heated with my stepmom on the phone. After the dad had left, the kids and I had moved back out into the common area, so even when she was speaking quietly, she could be heard. So this is the lady who called her stepmom about ransom, like, I have your daughter here, but she was just babysitting. She's like, I wasn't, you're kidnapped? I'm kidnapped?
Yeah.
This is that.
That's the one that she had schizophrenia or something?
I think she had said this. Yeah, she played along. Yes. I don't know. I can't remember if she said that the lady definitively had schizophrenia or if she was just experiencing some kind of psychotic break, but something went wrong and this lady wasn't in a good space. Right. And she played along with it until she saw an opening to get out. Yeah. So I ended up getting Facebook curious and looked up the family. I didn't reach out to them, and I want to respect their privacy, but it looks like they all moved out of the state. The parents divorced, but the kids are grown now and appear to be doing great. As for the house, it had 4 bedrooms, and there were plenty of options for the second family to pick their nursery. They moved my friend's sibling out of one of the rooms in order to put the nursery in my old bedroom, and this room was the furthest away from the parents' room. Damn, so it sounds like this lady was just obsessed with this girl's mom. Yeah. Bought their house and then put the new baby's bedroom in her room, and I think she said they named the baby her name, if I'm remembering correctly.
Something like that, yeah.
Why are you so obsessed with me? So I don't know if the kid was named in my honor or what. I didn't really ask, but even my friend thought it was creepy that her mom named her baby Amber and put her in my old room, and it became a bit of a joke among us in high school. When you said I was Beverly Hillbillies rich, I couldn't help but laugh out loud. Unfortunately, my dad made some bad financial decisions and ended up going bankrupt a few years later. Luckily, I've learned from his mistakes and hope to not repeat them. The grind is real, but having financial stability is worth it, even if it means that my life doesn't look like some influencers. You never know what's going on behind someone else's highlight reels. Yeah, that's facts. One of my favorite sayings I've held on to says, the only thing that matters in life is not where you are in comparison to others, but where you are now in comparison to when you first began. Mm. We're all on our own journeys, and even if it doesn't feel this way, we're all learning something new every day. Even if we look back and cringe at who we used to be, that just means we've come a long way from who we were back then. Love the pod. Keep doing what you're doing. And thanks again for bringing up difficult topics in an approachable manner. I learned so much about unexpected things from you two and your listeners, and I'm so glad that I could be a part of it. Amber, thank you very much. That was a very good letter, very sweet, very informative, and thank you for the update. That was a very well-rounded piece of mail. And see, friend, look, you're helping people, man. You tell your story and you share your story.
I'm trying to.
Yeah.
I think I learned a lot from that whole situation and still learning from the situation. And I think me speaking on it, and then it's getting out to people, I hope it's, helping other people get through the same thing. Because I know I'm not the only one that's going through it.
For sure.
And you won't know if other people going through it if you're not talking about it. And I had the same situation at work about me not telling anybody about the passing of my mom. But except I told one person who I was probably who was probably the closest person I'm closest to at my job.
Sure.
And then that got out, and it was like, oh, here is a card and money, and I was like, it made me so uncomfortable and gave me anxiety. I was
being put on the spot.
I was being put on the spot. I mean, it was a nice gesture. It was a nice gesture, but it was like it's not what I wanted. Though.
For sure.
It's not, because I didn't want anybody to know, and again, I didn't want people to go, I just don't like that. I just don't like that. I never liked that, and I still don't. Something I'm still trying to work on, but it made me super uncomfortable that my business got out there when I didn't want it to. And
for sure.
People wanted to give me stuff. I was like, it's not what this is. Not.
Yeah, I didn't say it.
I didn't ask for this.
I didn't say it.
Yes.
I said it to one person, and I definitely didn't say it to get anything out of it.
Yeah. So,
but what you need to accept, even in your feelings, is like, people just want to help.
I get that.
It's not a pity. It's not we just want to help. We're not saying you need it. We're not saying this is something that you have to have because we feel, because you're in such a pathetic spot right now. Here, let us lift you up. It's just like, we just want to help you.
Yeah,
here's some food. Here's a snack. Here's a card. Here's some couple hours to take care of some stuff. Maybe you take a day off with this money.
Yeah.
And just process it. But I think sometimes people just want to be given the grace to go. As me as a person, I would feel awful if I went, hey man, I don't know anything about your job, but hey, man, the mail, you didn't put the mail in the mail slot or whatever. And then if that person then found out you were going through a hard time, they would feel bad.
Yeah.
So I think sometimes people just want the grace to know how to handle a person.
I get that.
So
that makes sense.
So it's it's just something to think about. But yeah, man, when you speak, you got a platform, people hear you, and it helps people. Affirmative Murder is brought to you by ZocDoc. You're extremely unlikely to find quality medical advice in your group chat or any random TikTok rabbit hole you happen to stumble down. But you can find it from a doctor on ZocDoc. ZocDoc is the only free app that lets you find and book doctors who are patient-reviewed, take your insurance, are available when you need them, and treat almost every condition under the sun. That's right, folks, you heard me. No more doctor roulette or scouring the internet for questionable reviews. With ZocDoc, you have a trusted guide to connect you to your favorite doctor you haven't met yet. Just go to ZocDoc.com/AMP and download the ZocDoc app for free. Then find and book a top-rated doctor today. Many are available within 24 hours. That's ZocDoc, ZocDoc.com/AMP. Put that all together, that's ZocDoc.com/AMP. Affirmative Murder is brought to you by HelloFresh. You've got New Year's goals, and HelloFresh is here to help you achieve them. Skip the grocery store and take control of your time and your budget with delicious recipes delivered right to your door. With HelloFresh, eating well in the new year can be stress-free and delicious. With over 35 weekly recipes, they have the options you're looking for to help you achieve your goals. Choose calorie-smart and carb-smart recipes, or even customize select meals by swapping proteins or sides, upgrading your proteins, or adding protein to a veggie dish. And as you all know, this podcast is no stranger to meal kits, but HelloFresh just does it better. If you want quality food, easy to follow instructions, and fresh ingredients, there's no better place to look than HelloFresh. I mean, fresh is in the name. But don't just take my word for it. Go to HelloFresh.com/AMP21 and use the promo code AMP21 to get 21 free meals plus free shipping. Oh, you heard me right. That's HelloFresh.com/A, M as in Martha, P21. And use code AMP21 to get 21 free meals plus free shipping. And just a fun fact for the road, our homies over at Green Chef are actually owned by HelloFresh now. So if you're working with them, stick with what you got, because it's all under the same umbrella of freshness. So kick your new year off right with HelloFresh, America's #1 meal kit.
At Kroger, no matter where you order free pickup, you get the same great deals as you'd get in store. So you can save when you order during band practice, or at the dog park, or wherever. Start your cart with the Kroger app and save from wherever today. Kroger, fresh for everyone. $35 order minimum. Restrictions may apply. Subject to availability.
Save more on natural and organic items. Just clip your digital coupons on our app and use them up to 5 times in one transaction with your card. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
So we actually got one more email. I think we might. We'll see. We'll see how long this one is, and see if we want to do one more. But this might be the last one, so just brace yourselves. This one is from a listener named Maddie. The header is a Tales from the Hood story, a belated Thanksgiving horror story. Ooh. So it's a little, it's a little belated, but better late than never, know. So, dear Alvin and Fran, I've been wanting to send in my own Tales from the Hood story since listening to episode 7 when you asked for Thanksgiving horror stories, but I was holding off with the hope that I would have more information on the situation. Unfortunately, after a couple of months, it looks like there hasn't been any updates, so I figured I'd go ahead and send my story in anyway, which is cool with us.
Yeah.
I live in a not so great town in Palm Beach, Florida, or Palm Beach County, Florida. On Thanksgiving Day 2022, I was hanging out in my apartment watching my roommate play God of War Ragnarok, which I hear great things about, before heading over to my parents' house for dinner. At one point, I noticed a police officer walk past our patio. Our patio and sliding glass door look out to a little lake in the center of our apartment complex. I didn't think too much of it because it wasn't it wasn't that rare of a sight in our area. After a few minutes, I start hearing people talking outside on the sidewalk that surrounds the lake. I also noticed that there were a lot of people on their patios and balconies looking at the lake. Uh-oh. That's when I looked out and saw the police tape that had been strung up between some of the other buildings and sidewalks.
Oh, shit.
Mm-hmm. I went into my bedroom for a better view and saw about 3 or 4 police officers on the grass across the lake with equipment that looked like tarps or bags. I go outside and I talk to some of our neighbors. Already rumors are flying. There was a shooting late last night and someone was killed. And some bodies were disposed of in the lake and they have recovered one already. All kinds of things. An hour or so later, the police pack up and leave. So those are just rumors. Okay. I haven't read this yet. Yeah.
Nobody heard this?
These are just people, people can just make up some shit.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
The mob, the mob dumps bodies in our lake at our apartment complex. Okay. According to a local news article, the body of a deceased male was spotted by one of the residents of the apartment complex and was recovered on Thanksgiving Day. It was first reported as a drowning victim, but the cause of death is still being investigated. It is unknown if the deceased was a resident of our apartment complex. Both police and our apartment complex asked for any tips or information that could help identify the person. I have attached the article, although I think that you have since stated that links are unnecessary and you guys probably won't read them, LOL. As I said in the beginning, there really hasn't been any updates about the deceased. I didn't witness the actual body being taken out of the water, but it was a surreal experience. I just keep thinking about the victim and how there may be a family out there who is missing a loved one. Thank you both for all that you do. I really enjoy your podcast and the perspective you bring to true crime stories. Thank you very much. As a member of the LGBTQIA community, I am asexual. I thank you both for opening up your platform to other voices and learning along the way. Keep up the great work. Maddie M., whose pronouns are she, her, and Maddie also says at the end that it is okay to use my name. I am very out and very loud. So thank you, Maddie, very much for that. I don't know. We had a kind of dead body type of story, and maybe the last Tales from the Hood or maybe another one prior where I go, just hasn't been an experience I've had, thankfully. Not even that, where it's like, I know a dead body's over there. Like, just I can tell by how many police cars and the tape and whatever. I haven't even had that experience, I don't think anyway, where I know definitively somebody's dead, even though I can't see somebody. Yeah, I've seen some pretty bad car accidents where I can make a guess. I guess that'd be the closest thing. Sometimes you go past a car wreck and you know, everybody, I think we all do the same thing, like, hope everybody's okay. Yeah. But sometimes you see ones where you go,
the whole time
I don't see how somebody, I don't see how they could be, but I hope that they are, you know? So that's probably the closest thing, but somebody dead in a lake or something like that? No, I haven't experienced that. That's crazy, especially not on the grounds of my property. That's it's intense.
Terrifying,
Yeah. And because of the not how lengthy that was, we're gonna do one more.
Okay.
One more for the road. This is a quick one too. So this one is from a listener named Emily. The title is Tales from the Hood, Crazy Neighbors? ? And the message before the thing starts says, quickly typing this out before I forget. So apologies for any missing words or typos. So here we go. I grew up in San Bernardino, California, born in 1993 in a middle-class neighborhood. We didn't have a lot, but we did have a pool, so all of the neighborhood kids were at our house most days after school. That's man. If you want people at your house, a pool as a kid, that's a good magnet. Now, my question to her is, above ground or in ground?
Above ground.
Yeah. Well, how do you know? Oh, because middle class?
Yeah.
Yeah. Duh. Yeah. That's very wealthy. You have a pool in the ground at your house? That's rich.
Throwing parties.
Yeah, that's rich.
Everybody coming.
Yeah, that's for sure. That's not just like a little small birthday party gathering.
Nah.
If the pool's in the ground, the whole school's coming to my house.
Yeah.
You got to see this lavishness that we live. So you don't got to climb up a ladder to, you know what I mean?
No.
You don't got to climb out of it.
You can dive in.
Oh my god. Yeah,
Belly flops, no kind
You don't
of
got to do
stuff.
that fucking awkward flip off the ledge of an above ground pool.
Yeah.
Nah. In
Top to the
ground?
ladder and shit?
Yeah, it's all crickety. Because it's not on the ground. It's like floating. You got to get on it and it's rickety. So anyway, my best friend was a girl in the same grade as me that lived next door. And her mom drove us to school every day. When we hit 4th grade, her cousin moved in with her and they got 2 German Shepherds. Ooh. I was pumped because I love animals and our pup had just passed away. Did you know palm tree berries are toxic to dogs? They are. It sucks. Well, we don't have any palm trees here. Yeah, so but good to know, listeners out there. Hey, first of all, I didn't even know palm trees had berries. Yeah. I didn't know what palm trees did, but I certainly didn't know they produce berries. Yeah. Are they good? Can people eat these berries?
How big are they?
Yeah, I got so many questions.
Palm trees don't even have branches.
That's what I'm saying. Where do they come from? The top all the way from the sky? Yeah, man, that sounds like dangerous. Like, what if it falls on you like if you drop a quarter off the Empire State Building, they say like, if it hits a person, they're done. Yeah. Maybe that feels like that for these berries. I've never heard of it.
It's probably deadly. Maybe that's
well, yeah, it's deadly to at least dogs, so it can't be good for people. It might just make your tummy upset or something as a person. Well.
But is it like grapey? Is it?
That's what I'm saying. Like, what is the berry? A berry, I think is it tart? Oh, is it a sweet berry? Maybe that's a trick.
Did you try it?
Yeah, hey, yeah. Emily, did you eat the palm tree berries? How did the dog get the palm tree berry? Maybe I'm just assuming you have palm trees. Maybe the dog got into your stash of palm tree berry jam.
Possibly.
Palm tree berry preserves. Maybe it was an accident in that variety. Like ate some of your toast that had palm tree berry juice on it. Anyway, that's enough palm tree berry corner. So yes, palm tree berries are toxic to dogs. We weren't allowed to play with the dogs, my neighbor's dogs. And as soon as an 8-foot wrought iron fence went up around the property with an intercom system to be buzzed in. So they were like, you're not suing us.
Those are guard dogs.
Yeah. These dogs, they only answer to German commands. Yes. These are not play dogs. Absolutely. These dogs have a job. They're at work. Yeah. They're like, uns.
That's why I want one so bad.
You gotta see. I like watching videos where I can tell the person didn't like. Jamie Foxx has dogs like that. They're not German Shepherds, but he's like King Corsos, and they answer to German commands. Yeah. But I know Jamie Foxx didn't do that. He sent them to some fucking boarding school.
I would too. Yeah. Absolutely.
And then they come back like perfect. You're the boss.
Give like a piece of paper with like this is what you say
with the commands, and you just got to go over it. Yeah. You're like fine, and the dog like goes and gets you a soda. Is that one of them, or you just like? I'm just saying words that sound German.
Do that? That's not like racist or anything.
To German people, listen, German people, their history says they've done some things that they need to atone for, and if I say some fake German words, I think we're all fine, okay? So
they don't have the room. They don't have the room to talk.
Yeah, I don't want to listen. If you think I'm going to stand for a German person to talk to me about like watching my mouth and being like sensitive to other people's cultures, it ain't happening. Hey, Germans out there, Struzelberry.
Soints.
Yeah, soints yourself, okay? You do me a favor, you soints yourself. And you shut your mouth out there, all the Germans. Love Germany, okay? Yeah. Ben, had a great time. Yeah. Wonderful place. Munich, the sausage, delish. Anyway, so these dogs were not for play. No. It's like when you see a dog in a vest out in public. Like, don't try to pet that dog. That dog's at work right now.
Those people are very protective.
Yeah.
Max did that one time.
Yeah, they don't play. It's not funny. It's not like, oh, your kid's cute. Like, no, don't touch. Kid your kid. Don't touch the dog.
Yeah, but also for me, I go like, okay, it's not that serious.
Yeah, he's a kid.
Relax.
He's a kid. He's a child.
I will turn up.
Don't be like rude to my kid.
Don't do that.
You know, you can say like, no, he's not that kind of dog.
Yeah,
but to be like, hey, get your kid.
It's like you're in public.
Yeah, it's a dog.
People are around. It's a dog. Relax.
Yeah. Don't be a dick to the kids about it. Just be like, we hear you. We got him, but watch your mouth.
Yes.
They like come back double like, hey, just so you know, really should make sure you kid. Look, man, I got the kid already.
Right.
Now go ahead about your business.
Before I put that vest on you.
So these dogs are not to be played around with, and they made their house into a fortress. They said, I thought that this was awesome because it was like some kind of movie. Fast forward to a couple months in, and my cousin who lived across the street from me and lived across the street and like 5 houses down, calls the house phone while I was getting ready for school, and he goes, Uncle Terry, house phone, right? Crazy. He goes, Uncle Terry, who is my dad, answer the He goes, Uncle Terry, who is my dad, answer the fucking phone. There's police outside.
Uh-oh.
But outside got cut off. At this point, my dad answers the phone and runs outside.
Wait, I'm sorry. So did he yell down the street?
I guess fast forward a couple of months, and my cousin, who lived across the street and down like 5 houses,
yelled.
Calls the house phone while we were getting ready for school.
Yeah.
So he's on the phone. This is what I'm picturing, because Emily said she wrote this fast. So I'm just trying to paint the picture correctly. And we might be wrong. I don't know. So her cousin calls their house phone.
Okay.
Whoever's on the house phone, who is her cousin, goes, Uncle Terry, who is her dad, who's Emily's dad, answer the fucking phone. There's police outside. At this point, my dad answers the phone and runs outside.
Okay.
I'm just gonna move past that because I can't really picture what's happening here.
Me either.
Either the phone call is saying, hey, I can see your house from down the street and there's police outside of your house.
So answer the phone.
So answer the phone. But
wouldn't he? That's why I said, did he yell down the street?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Who are you yelling? You can't yell into a phone that's not answered.
Right. and why would you say pick up if he
That's what I'm saying. Lost me on that one. But anyway, I get what you're saying. And the point is, people, there's police outside.
Yes.
Okay, anyway. So dad answers the phone, sees that the police outside, and runs out.
Oh.
We were told to get inside and take cover. Oh, geez.
What?
We had a huge bay window looking out of our backyard / pool area and saw that the police and SWAT teams start raiding our backyard and scaling the brick wall on the side.
And by the way, I'm not doing that.
Scaling a wall?
I'm not taking cover.
Why?
If they're outside my house, I'm looking. I'm like,
yeah, you're not gonna listen to the advisor. I'm nosy. Yeah.
I want to see what's going on.
I need to hear gunshots ring off before I listen to that warning because I want to see what the hell's going on. So apparently they're in Emily's backyard, messing up her pool area, and using her backyard to get into their neighbor's backyard.
Okay.
So turns out my neighbor's cousin, who had just moved in with them, like she said, so her neighbor's cousin moved in with her best friend neighbor.
Yeah.
Turns out my neighbor's cousin was a fugitive, and the neighbors had been letting him stay. They got him out with no incident, and my parents said, okay, time for school. We moved to Oregon shortly after that to be closer to my family. They were like, we live in the hood. Let's get the fuck up out of here.
Did they know, though? I guess they didn't know.
The family that let the cousin stay there?
Yeah.
That's the question, because then you're an accessory to a crime.
But they got German Shepherds in a gate.
Interesting. Ooh, were they all like drug pushers or traffickers? Might have been a family of criminals.
That's a lot of money.
Two German Shepherds, and you fortified your home? And the dogs are not for joking around.
No, those are protective dogs.
So those are trained. That costs money too. Interesting. This could have been like a Ozark type of situation. They could have been like the Birds.
Yeah.
And the new cousin moves into town, and now they're cooking meth to take over the town. Okay, I might have went too far, Emily. I don't think your best friend, was involved in like a meth family.
A meth lab and
No. I'm sure not. But they did move. Something. Her parents.
They found out something.
They were like, the property value in this neighborhood's going down.
Oh, it's going to plummet.
So they knew something that you didn't know, Emily, and it might have been that you are best friends with the child of drug pushers. Anyway, I swear to God, I did not read this before we just went on the whole thing we just said. Anyway, this is the last part of the thing. There's another story of one of my dad's employees that got too high on meth, locked himself in a trailer on his ex-wife's property, and tried to mow down the police with an obscene number of automatic rifles.
From the trailer?
From the trailer that he locked himself into. I'd say let me know if you want to know more, but that's about all I know. And they moved us to Kentucky shortly after that. Why are you guys moving so much?
Maybe I would question the judgment of my parents.
Yeah, what are these neighborhoods that they keep moving into? And what do they do? What do your parents do, huh? You would say employee, huh? This is one of your dad's employees. Walter White had employees too on Breaking Bad. I'll leave it at that, Emily. Anyway, thanks for all you do. Y'all are the best, and I'm grateful to have found your podcast and the community you've cultivated. Thank you so much, Emily. I don't think your dad sells meth. Yeah, man, again, affirmativemurder@gmail.com, Tales from the Hood. This has been so fun. It continues to be so fun. The year's off to a great start with great stories and great people and great listeners. Yeah. So let's keep it audio.
Speaking of Breaking Bad, why do I feel like Walter White is actually dead, though? I think shows like that I really get into, I start to make it
real.
Like real.
You feel like he's actually dead.
Yeah.
Like something's happened in the world.
He was at a football game, and I was like, oh yeah, it's a TV show.
Yeah. Yeah, that's Bryan Cranston. You're like, why are the police letting him just watch this Raiders game? No, that's the dad from Malcolm in the Middle too. So let's just say he's that when
that's him?
Fran. Yeah, man, that's Hal.
No,
Yeah.
I think it's the bald head.
It's the bald
It's
head.
the bald head.
Sure.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, but no, man, shout out Heisenberg, man. There's this thing going around on Twitter about what's a moment from television or like a show that you wish you could watch again for the first time.
Yeah.
And I would say Breaking Bad is up there.
Prison Break is for me.
Prison Break. Yeah. Is there a specific moment, like a reveal?
Yeah. I think it's for me. It would be when it's his tattoos. The whole map of his.
Oh,
tattoos.
they reveal that he. Cause I remember you talk. I never watched it.
Yeah.
He has the whole prison on his back, right?
Because he's an architect.
Who's supposed to look at that?
It's for him.
But like, how does he look at his own back?
Mirror? I don't know.
They never question that.
It's been so long. I could definitely watch that show and be like stoked again.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
For me, oh man, so many television moments, but for me, no way moment for me, probably there's a lot, but The Walking Dead, when they found out that they're all sick, that was a big reveal for me. Where it's like, I can't remember what season it was, but they found out like, oh, if any of us die, even if you're not bit, you turn into a zombie. And that was like, what? Because that was a game changer.
Yeah.
Because now somebody can have a heart attack and then they die in the middle of the night, and now the whole everybody's not safe. So that was a big one for me. And also,
That's crazy.
yeah, that was. I love moments like that in shows, and you can't get it back.
Yeah.
That jaw dropping like shock moment.
Yeah.
And Game of Thrones had one where you find out that the writing was kind of on the wall, but you find out who Jon Snow is. But that doesn't mean anything to you, but for people out there, like they have a flashback and you see the baby.
Long hair and shit.
He's the man. Oh, he's the man. But you find out the whole show, you think he's a bastard. Like you think that his dad cheated on his wife with somebody, and he just came home with his baby.
Yeah.
But then there's an episode of Game of Thrones when you find out that his dad is not his dad. His dad is his uncle.
Oh shit.
And he's actually the son of his sister. And his sister had a baby with a king. And so he's actually a prince that there's been a throne that there's been no seat for a long time. So he's the rightful heir to the throne.
Oh, wow.
And you find that all out in like 2 minutes through flashbacks. So, and it's like, this baby. And they're like, what do you want to name him? And then it just cuts to Jon Snow as an adult. Like they don't even say the name.
This is in the beginning?
No, this is like season 6. You got to put in work, bro. But it's so good. I'm not here to convince you to watch Game of Thrones, but
I'm
it's
not
such a
going
good
to watch
show.
it.
Okay, you don't have to get aggressive about it, man.
Well, you said you bashed it to the last couple seasons.
Because of how it ended. I bashed it as like a hurt person. Like been in a relationship with somebody for a long time and they turn out to be not anything that you thought they were. Yeah. That's how I feel about Game of Thrones.
Yeah, but if somebody goes like, "Hey, man, I think you watch the show," and then you come around the corner and goes, "Oh man, the last year was terrible." I go,
I do, and I will continue to do it forever. I will always be the person that comes around the corner. If somebody asks me like right now, "Hey, like I was thinking about watching that show Game of Thrones. I know it's a big show, but I'm thinking about giving it a try." I go, never mind. I would jump out like, "Oh my God, do it!" But then I would go, "No, but remember the heartbreak."
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
If somebody asked me about an ex that things went bad with, I remember the good times first. Like we had a lot of, oh no, never mind. The way it ended, don't do that. It ended bad. Yeah. So that's how I feel about Game of Thrones. Started out great. It was fun, so much fun. And then it ended terribly. And I'm still traumatized by all the things that they did to me. Anyway, affirmativemurder@gmail.com. Get those emails in. We would love to hear from you guys. Hey, if you want to send us a handwritten letter, that P.O. Box is 34258 Essex, Maryland. That's all you need, right? Affirmative Murder. Yeah. Affirmative Murder, P.O. Box 34258 Essex, Maryland.
Or my name, doesn't matter.
Or Francel Evans. Yeah. And you can send us in a handwritten letter. If you feel like the need to do that. But, do whatever you got to do. Affirmativemurder@gmail.com. Tales from the Hood. Get those submissions in. And Fran, let them know.
Always be on the lookout.
See you guys next time.
In a new Lifetime original movie based on a true story, Jodi Arias is the name you know, but this is the story you don't. While in prison awaiting her murder trial, Jody befriends Donovan Bering and Tracy Brown, two inmates that fall for her story of what happened. When Donovan is paroled, she decides to help Jody, only to eventually discover her vengeful side. Bad Behind Bars, Jody Arias, a ripped from the headlines movie, premieres tomorrow at 8/7 Central, only on Lifetime.